Hola culés, how is everybody doing? Well, Barcelona draws 3-3 in Montjuic. Guys, I don't know how my heart made it to the end of this game. Emotions were all time high. I want to know how everybody's doing. Please let me know down in the comments what are your thoughts on this game. Who's your man of the match? I'm going to be going over the lineup. I'm going to be going over everything that happened in this game. What a game for the neutrals, right? For those Real Madridistas or for those people who love watching football in general. What a freaking game. Inter Milan from the first minute of the game. It looked like yesterday's PSG game where Dembele scores in the third minute, and now Inter Milan, Barcelona doesn't even get a touch on this ball or even a chance to touch this ball because Inter Milan starts with the ball, right? And of course, another long pass to the wings, and that's always a problem for Barcelona. And they puts in a big cross, and I think Turan just gets to it, and then I think he doesn't get a good touch. So I think was it Kunde who clears it out, and then they put it right back in, and Turan was able to get to it this time with an amazing, quick, dirty touch from behind and actually goes in, and Barcelona in the first minute goes down 1-0, and I couldn't even believe it. I didn't even get chance to get comfortable in my couch before Barcelona was already down 1-0 in this game. Wow, what a horrendous start. And that was, Inter Milan wanted to park the bus, but then Barcelona kept attacking and kept attacking. And all of a sudden, on a set piece, and I said this in my preview, I literally went over the strength and weaknesses. What did I say? Inter Milan, it's great in set pieces, and Barcelona is weak, extremely weak at defending set pieces. So that was a recipe for disaster right then and there, especially given the fact that the difference in size when you get the Turams of the world, when you get the Dumfries of the world, there's so many Inter Milan players are so much taller than Barcelona players. That is just crazy. And of course, on that set piece, there's a rebound, and Dumfries just gets a good rebound and just bangs it. And there's no Rafinha was right there, but it was just too. It was a rocket. By the time Rafinha tried to header that ball, it was already gone. It was already in the back of the net. And that was 2-0, 2-0. And I couldn't believe it because Barcelona seemed to be gaining control as they kept conceding and conceding and conceding throughout this whole match. And that was really frustrating for me because I thought Barcelona is the better team. I think Barcelona is still the better team and is still the favorites to go to the next round. Barcelona, it's very well in place. Don't get it twisted. I know we drew at home. I know there's still a draw, but don't get it twisted. In the second leg, we are going to make adjustments, and Barcelona will come out on top and will be able to advance to the final. But I think Inter needed to win tonight to have a chance even back at home. So what I need to say about this game, though, the resiliency. I freaking love this team, and Lamine freaking Yamal. Lamine freaking Yamal is him. He is generational. He's absolutely the best player in the world. The way he was cooking DiMarco, he was. Somebody said this. I can't even remember who, but somebody said that Lamine Yamal will have his way with DeMarco, he will start second guessing his career. And second guessing his career he was, because Lamine Yamal just did everything, turning him to the right, turning him to the left, turning inside, turning outside, through balls, crosses, shots. And guess what? In the 24th minute, when Barcelona was dead in the water, he gets a ball on the right. It goes in between two defenders, three defenders in front of him, and he gets a good shot all the way to the left, to the right of the keeper, hits the post, and it goes in. What a freaking golazo. I could not understand how a 17-year-old can do that. Lamine Yamal, guys, he's here. Lamine Yamal is Lionel Messi ability with Cristiano Ronaldo mentality. Be careful when this kid gets to his prime. Be careful when this kid gets his finishing touches right, because guess what, ladies and gentlemen, he had two other chances where he hits the post. Can you believe that? Two other chances he hit the post, and we were just unlucky not to score. And neither of those two chances, actually, one chance was the exact same thing. A play from the right where he cooks basically DeMarco once again, and DeMarco just slides, and Lamine Yamal takes a shot to the keeper, and the keeper is able to get his fingers on it, and he actually touches the post. Can you imagine if that ball goes in and that was a 2-2 right there? With Lamine Yamal scoring two bangers, that would have been just insane. That's the kind of player that Lamine Yamal is throughout the whole game. But guess what? Barcelona gets the draw in the 38th minute on a freaking long ball from Lamine Yamal that goes all the way back to Rafinha, who headers back, and Ferran Torres was right there for basically just gets the rebound and gets the goal right in front of goal. But that was an issue for Barcelona, in my opinion, because they got a ball with a long cross all the way back to far post, bringing it back diagonally, and Ferran was able to score. And why do I say that was a negative thing? Because I felt like Barcelona got away from their style of playing that have been playing throughout the whole first half, and started doing that over and over and over and over in the second half, to the point where that was an issue in the second half. All the crosses to far post, trying to head her back as diagonally so that somebody could get that rebound. And I think that was a big mistake that Barcelona made in the second half. Is kind of the reason why we couldn't get another goal in the second half, except for that Rafinha banger that puts the 3-3. So that was a 2-2. And then, like I said, Dumfries once again off the free kick. Again, guys, we're having too many issues with all the set pieces. The sizing is an issue. I think that Barcelona can win this game still. We can still do this, but we need to add size. I like that Christensen came in the second half. He adds size for the second leg. I like that if we can have Araujo for the second leg, because we need sizing, guys. All the set pieces. Had not been for set pieces tonight, Inter scores one goal. They only have one goal without set pieces tonight. That is a big deal, ladies and gentlemen. That we cannot take this lightly. We cannot take this lightly. We can still do this in the second half. It's still right there for the taking. Giuseppe Meazza. But Barcelona needs to get these set pieces right, because we are just it's unbelievable. It feels like if we gave up a corner kick, it feels like a penalty kick, because they just keep scoring in every single one of them. It's insane. Like, come on, man. Like, we cannot allow that. Let's take a look at the lineups real quick. So I thought that Chesney was very good tonight. I know he conceded 3 goals. I think he was very, very confident every time he had to go. He had to go meet, the Martinez, the Turams with the through passes. Sometimes they were a little long, and Chesney was there to take it to the throw-in areas, and I thought he was very good at that. I know he had a 5.2. I would give him at least a 6.5 for tonight's performances, even though he didn't, he conceded 3 goals. I still think that he did a very good job. Kunde was incredible in the first half. Unfortunately, guys, it looks like he's out for the second half, for the second leg, and that is a big blow for Barcelona. And I think that's why I said I think Barcelona will have Eric there in the second leg, and he's gonna do okay. But I do think that we need to have Martinez as a left back, and we need to have Ronald Araujo is starting in this game. There's no ifs and buts about it. It needs to happen, guys. Or actually, if we can get Balde for the second half, I still think that I would go with Araujo rather than Kubarsi for the second leg because of sizing. The sizing of Kagahoglu, the sizing of Marketayan, the Dumfries, the Turams of the world. They gave us so much trouble. Even Bistek gave us a lot of trouble. So I would try to make that switch for the second leg. I thought that Pedri was gassed again in the second half. He was making mistakes. He was passes in the second half. Pedri needs to be nowhere near the field against Valladolid on Saturday. I am expecting Pedri to rest this one out so he can be fully recovered by the second leg on Tuesday. So we need to rest Pedri. I thought De Jong had one of his best games, guys. De Jong was really great. De Jong was good throughout the whole game. Even off the ball, incredibly good. I thought that this was a weird game where De Jong was good on the ball, and he's usually not good on the ball. He was pressing, he was running, he was defending. Even on the at the end of the game, he had a sprint on a transition play that I think it was Dumfries who was going down the sideline, and De Jong was able to track him down all the way down and was able to defend. And Eddie got there for the help and were able to stop this transition play. And I thought that was a thing of beauty. I love seeing, not only because he was defending, because at the end of the game, he still had more gas. He had the gas to sprint. He had to gas the press. He had to be able to defend. You need to be fully fit, and he was at the end of the game. That was a great sign. I already touched on Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal is him, guys. Lamine Yamal is incredible. I don't know why in the second half it seemed like Barcelona wanted to take control. They didn't want to get into a shootout in the second half, and it was point of emphasis to just take control, slow things down. And I can see Barcelona with Frankie De Jong and Pedri slowing the game down. And I think Inter Milan was also very happy to walk out of this game with a draw and then just close it out at home. And although they almost pulled it off with that one play that I showed, that was, I think, to me that was a goal and it was not given. I think they were a little unlucky there. I thought Ferran Torres was good. I thought Dani Olmo was, again, the same thing that happened with Real Madrid. He didn't have his best game. He was basically nothing was working that he was doing. He needed to be more poised in the central area, exploit the box a little bit more. He had the one chance in the first half. He could have put it away. He gave it to the keeper, and I thought that was a big chance that he missed down inside the box. And honestly, I thought that we could have scored there. That definitely should have been a goal. I thought that Sommer was incredible. I don't know why he has a 6.9 score here. Sommer stopped 2 or 3 goals in this game. That this game would have been 5-3 had not been for Sommer. The one he saved on Lamine Yamal. There's another one that he saved on Rafinha. There's another one that he saved on Dani Olmo as well. And I think there was another one. The Dani Olmo that was from outside the box, that was incredible, an incredible save, was right to the corner. That was definitely going in, but we couldn't do it. Rafinha was good. I thought he wasn't great, but he was good. He gave the assist, like I said, but then Barcelona keep going back to that. Long crosses to the second post. Try to see if Barcelona can surprise, but that was playing right into the hands of Inter Milan's size, and Inter Milan won 13 out of 3 aerial duels. So everything in the air plays into the hands of Inter Milan. We need to put the ball in the ground. We need to play on the ground, touch with intelligence, work with intelligence, not just trying to impose your will. Work smarter, not harder. If you put in the ball in the air, most the Biseks, the Acebis, the Bastonis of the world, they're getting to these balls. The Dumfries are getting to these balls, and we kept doing it, and we kept doing it, and we kept doing it. I don't understand. I am extremely upset for the second half because if you go back and rewatch it, that is all you are going to see, ladies and gentlemen. That is all you are going to see. Just crosses to the far post, trying to hit it diagonally so that the Ferran Torres can score that. And we don't even have Lewandowski who can just directly hit these crosses and put him in the back of the net. So I thought that was a mistake. But overall, guys, I'm still confident that we are gonna make it to the final. I think the second leg, it's very well in play. I thought that we needed to take to the Giuseppe Meazza at least a 1 goal to a 2-goal lead, but it doesn't matter. Inter needs to score just as much as we need to score, so they need to open up the box too, so that we can bring in. But I do think that changes are need to be made in the second half. But hey, guys, incredible game, right? We couldn't ask for any less. It's a semifinal, and Fermin Lopez came in the second half. Christensen, Gavi, in the 83rd minute. I do think that we need to play this team with a false 9. That's just kind of my thinking on it. I don't think that, I like that how we have Ferran Torres, he scored, but at the same time, we don't have tall players that can go toe to toe with this long sizing players from Inter Milan. So we need to play on the ground. So whatever that is, we're gonna have Ferran Torres. That's fine, but we need to play on the ground. You guys, let me know what are your thoughts on this game. Overall, guys, don't get discouraged, don't get disappointed. Barcelona is still advancing, even if we have to do it at the Giuseppe Meazza, Inter Milan's home. I thought that we dominated. I thought this game was there for the taking. This game, they were extremely lucky in the first half. I don't know how they scored in the second half. I think we could have had them. It felt like this game feels like a loss because Barcelona could have walked away with like a 3-1 lead had it not been for those early wounds that we gave up in the first half. But you guys let me know what are your thoughts, and I'll catch you guys on the next tactical video that I'll be making tomorrow, and I'll see you guys there.